expectations, there was no lack of good action. There was no shortage either of keen young supporters enjoying a football day out with their dads. That's something a lot of people tell us is impossible these days. Well, young and old got good value for money, first at Main Road for Manchester City against Carlisle.
Here's Bishop, beaten by Baker, and 3 up with him for City. And they're testing the goalkeeper, who made a good save there from Baker.
Then at Oakwell, Barnsley versus Portsmouth.
Law took his time. Less than half a goal out. Oh, and a fine save by Knight.
Well, let's go first to Main Road, where despite freezing conditions, the pitch is a perfect one on which to pursue promotion hopes. But the first twist of fate concerned one of City's opponents. Your commentator is John Motson.
What a big day for Carlisle goalkeeper John Blott. 2 weeks short of his 20th birthday, he makes his league debut against Manchester City, the club who gave him a free transfer at the end of last season. He was on the dole when Carlisle came along and gave him a monthly contract. Blott plays because David McKellar broke a finger in Tuesday's defeat at Brighton, and Bob Stokoe, in his 24th season since becoming a Football League manager, has to make other changes. Mike McCartney pushes into midfield because Mick Halsall starts a 2-match suspension, so David Rushbury, the number 11, will play left back, and number 10, Ian Bishop, passed a fitness test just before the start. But the City manager, Billy McNeill, is happy to announce an unchanged side. They've won 4 and drawn 2 of their last 6 league games, and he believes the key to promotion could be the form of Steve Kinsey, who's been playing well but hasn't scored since the end of November. Ken Baker of rugby, the man in charge, and it's Carlisle in all red who start their second division match, with Manchester City locked on 49 points with 3 other promotion challengers, knowing that a home win here could maintain the impetus as they try to get back to the first division. Wearing their sky blue, and that's Baker who's fouled. The pitch in perfect condition, but then when isn't it at Main Road? Andy May with the free kick. That was McCartney for Carlisle, and it's May again. Forward by McNaught. And away by Ashurst. Then by Rushbury. Andy Hill. Here's Paul Power. Smith, back again to Power. Kinsey is in the middle, Melrose trying to get there, and City force the first corner. Power to take it. Half out by Ashurst. Phillips, oh, tremendous goal! David Phillips, yet again. His 3rd cracker in a matter of a fortnight, and poor John Blott. What a way to start your league career. He could do nothing about that. The 2nd minute, and David Phillips, winner of the goal of the month for his goal here against Wimbledon. Another beauty at Crystal Palace last week, and now today, a thunderous shot. A marvellous goal. And that's got the Main Road crowd in the best possible mood here at the start. Carlisle have a free kick now with Ashurst. Away by May. Bishop's making a run forward, number 10. McCarthy played for the Republic of Ireland during the week. Haig. Away by May. The Porter's header. Here's Bishop, beaten by Baker, and 3 up with him for City. And they're testing the goalkeeper, who made a good save there from Baker. Block down to his left to turn it out. Smith has gone in almost on the goal line here with Kinsey. The others coming from deeper. And Ken McNaught gets up with the header. That's Bishop. May. Little flick from Melrose, but this is Hill. Shoulder to Poskett. Ball coming from the right for Carlisle here. Bishop's just inside in a good position, number 10. And he was looking there for O'Riordan, but he might have shot himself. O'Riordan was to the right. Bishop preferred to pass. Shoulder. Haig. Good play. And Poskett. 1-inch. McCartney and the goalkeeper left looking at each other, wondering who should have taken responsibility. But it was a good piece of play on the right by the fullback Paul Haig. He got round his man on the outside, a deep cross, and Malcolm Poskett, an accomplished striker in those positions, had no difficulty putting it away. 9 minutes gone and 1-1. Bold reply by Carlisle after the early shot. Poskett was top scorer last season with 19 goals, and he's top scorer again this season, although it's only his 6th this time. Here's Haig. Well played by O'Riordan for Carlisle. They've got Hill and Poskett waiting in the centre, shoulder on the wing. And Hill is there, Poskett's there, and it came at him too quickly. It was shoulders cross. I think Andy Hill may have got a touch on it, and that made it hard for Poskett, who took it as he had to, very quickly indeed, and put it over the top. Still, it was a good move by Carlisle, and unless City get this left flank sorted out in their defence, they're going to be in difficulties again. Completely involved in every game, a marvellous figure, 24 years in the management game. Baker. Wilson. No penalty. And interesting that Ken Baker took his time to make that decision. McCaultrey was the defender. His foot appeared to make a bit of contact with Wilson, but how much intent there was and whether Wilson had actually still got possession, maybe the referee took that into account. Oh, Andy Hill, a nice turn past Ken McNaught, and Poskett's unmarked in the centre, and Power got half a foot to it to put him off. Here's O'Riordan. And Wilson with a chance to get the ball moving for City. Shoulder. Forward by Bishop. Free kick. McCarthy on Hill, who a moment ago, Andy Hill, turned the defence, and Poskett looked quite capable of scoring his second. Indeed, with a bit more luck, he might have had a hat-trick. He's in there now, waiting for this free kick, this Poskett, which Bishop will take in the last minute of the half. Short to McCartney, and now it's O'Riordan. And Hill with the header. McCarthy. And this is May. Oh. So much promise, but not much delivery when it comes to the final touch by Manchester City in this first half. Significant perhaps that the goal came from so far out, because inside the penalty area they haven't done that much, and the fans must be asking themselves whether any player has scored 3 better goals in successive matches than David Phillips has now achieved. The last home game against Wimbledon at Palace last week, and again today with that blockbuster, only for it to be cancelled out by Malcolm Foskett, who could then have gone on and got a hat-trick. Carlisle playing well to stay level at half-time. City's next 3 away matches are scheduled at Birmingham, Blackburn and Oxford, so there's going to be some testing weeks ahead for them in this promotion race, and they may well be pleased to have got their fixtures up to date at times when other clubs have not been playing owing to the weather. But what they must do, of course, is to ensure that they win the home games. This one stands all square at the start of the second half. It's very cold in the north today. It's bitter, actually, hence the number of hats and caps around. To Baker. Through to Kinsey. Phillips over on the right, but McCautry with the challenge. Things still not running for Kinsey in front of goal. Here's May. That's a corner. And McCarthy up, off the line by Haig. Well, that was a vital clearance by the right-back on the left-hand post, because McCarthy met the corner with his head. It had beaten the goalkeeper, but that's what full-backs are doing on the line. A good clearance by Paul Haig. Melrose. And McCarthy in the attack again. Oh, and a chance for Kinsey, and it came off Ashurst. Been an unlucky week for Mick McCarthy. He broke a bone in his wrist playing for the Republic of Ireland on Tuesday night, hence the protective plaster, and now he's gone down nursing a leg injury. So Billy McNeil with a spot of trouble here. They're having to take McCarthy off for treatment. So City will be down to 10 men. Bishop. Shoulder through the middle, and it was Wilson who went back. Free kick. Melrose was fouled by McCautry. McNaught takes the kick. City still down to 10 men at this stage. And indeed, Nicky Reid is getting ready. Wilson. Here's Smith. It was on for the shot, and it might be for Melrose. Or for Baker. Well, Baker today playing his 200th league match. His career at Southampton and Manchester City. And on the day when Phillips in his 100th league appearance has already scored, Baker wasn't too far away himself there. Meantime, Nicky Reid, who conveniently for City is a central defender and played ever so well there for them in the Centenary Cup final against Spurs, comes on in place of the injured Mick McCarthy, who is being led off. Ashurst. Smith. Melrose. Now it needs to move quickly here, but Ashurst across. Melrose. And he battled on there, made his own luck. To the right, Andy May. Bounced awkwardly, and the goalkeeper, Blott, did well to turn that round. It was a difficult bounce for him, really, from Andy May. And had he not pushed that round, Baker was following up to score. Phillips with the corner. Melrose. I have to say that the killer instinct is still lacking for City in the penalty area, or around it. Bishop. Here's Rushbury. O'Riordan. Andy Hill. Poskett's cross, Bishop! And they're in front. Ian Bishop scores from Malcolm Poskett's cross, and Carlisle United take the lead. And the story of that goal in the 57th minute is that Bishop very nearly didn't play. Poskett, the scorer of the first goal, makes this one, teasing Andy May, got the cross in, and Bishop scored with a header. Bob Stokoe delighted, because Bishop only just passed a fitness test minutes before he had to announce the team. And how glad they must be now that he made it. City 2-1 down. Powers cross. Melrose. Oh, it didn't run. Away by shoulder. Well, City have had so much of the play, but haven't made anything of it, and all credit to Carlisle for making the most of what they've had. Shoulder finding a good position again. And there are three waiting in the centre. Poskett! Oh, and Hill was so close to the third. And the shot from Rushbury. Well, an hour gone, and these City supporters see their side go 2-1 down. Melrose, nice turn. Wilson inside. Three ahead of him. And he went alone. And it's dropped beautifully here for Carlisle, and for Poskett in particular. Hill is the only player in the centre for him. Shoulder on the far side now. It's Poskett. Hill! Oh, off the line by Andy May. If only Hill had got some weight on that, it was 3-1. But Poskett, again the provider. He held it up as long as he could to wait for support. He got his cross in. Andy Hill got a foot to the ball, but there was no power in it, and Andy May just pushed it off the line. Smith, Melrose, and now Kinsey. Great chance. Not taken. He's going through a barren spell in front of goal. Crowd of over 21,000 on a bitterly cold afternoon here at Main Road. And here's Malcolm Poskett, and they're streaming forward again here, Carlisle. And he's gone round the substitute, and he pulls this back. Goal kick. Well, there were three Carlisle players waiting there for what would have virtually been a tap-in to make it 3-1. Here's Wilson for City, though, who are seeking to make it 2-2 instead. Andy May. Shoulder. He's got Rushbury to his left. Poskett a long way away on this side. shoulder. It's his cross, and O'Riordan's coming in, and Poskett, yes! 3-1, Poskett again, from O'Riordan's pass, and Carlisle have gone 2 goals clear. O'Riordan did well to retrieve the cross, Poskett did even better to hook it in from there. And it has to be said too that Carlisle were within a whisker of making it 3-1 on 2 previous occasions. Can't deny them their lead. Power into Wilson. Baker. And here's Phillips. Melrose up. So was Rushbury. Shoulder. And here's Poskett again. Here's Baker. Well, a serious blow for the promotion hopes of Manchester City, but Malcolm Poskett, the man of the match. Bob Stokoe's team thoroughly worth their victory. A fine performance. Poskett scored 2 and made 1, and Carlisle, who exist on gates of some 4,500, come to a big city ground and take the 3 points. Manchester City, well below promotion form, made it harder for themselves after a flying start, but the young goalkeeper there, who made his debut against the club that let him go, thoroughly delighted to be on the winning side. A nice day for him and for Carlisle.
We may get some indication if either team has what it takes as they battle it out in the snow.
It's a bit late for Christmas cards, but South Yorkshire certainly offers a picturesque winter scene. But for all the snow and freezing temperatures, the match here at Oakwell was never in serious threat, and the reason for that, so lush is the grass underneath its white overcoat. The Barnsley lineup shows the recall after suspension of Paul Futcher, so the twins are together again. Nicky Law moves to left back. They're a side with the best defensive record in the whole of the Canon League, and they've lost just once in 24 cup and league games. By contrast, Portsmouth haven't won since Christmas. They include 2 men who are on loan to them, Ivan Golak from Southampton and Kevin O'Callaghan from Ipswich, and struggling for goals in recent matches, they give a first chance to Dave Bamber, who was signed from Walsall in November. And there's a familiar face in the number 4 shirt, the former England captain, Jerry Francis. Alan Ball giving him a chance to rescue a career so impeded by injuries. The teams are divided by just 3 points, just behind the promotion quartet, Barnsley in 7th place, 10 points behind that quartet, Portsmouth in 5th place, obviously 7 points behind. Ivan Golak. The first touch where he didn't really make it from Bamber, marked by Futcher. And here's the other Futcher, Ron, who is just the older of the 2 twins. He arrived in this world just ahead of his brother Paul. Early touch for the goalkeeper. Not wanting to get a feel of the ball. It's Billy Gilbert. And Gilbert persuades him it would be a good idea to get a feel of what is obviously a brown ball on a snowy pitch. Well, that's warmed up the referee from Billy Robson. Gilbert. Sharp to hold, which he does. Golak. A bit too much pace as it landed, which fools Scott McGarvey. The referee, who's already made an imprint which he knew nothing about, is Mr. Ken Redfern. In fact, he's the director of Whitley Bay Football Club. Wilde and Gilbert, having already a physical contest. Quick turn too by Gilbert. Callahan, McGarvey, beautifully played. Sudden change in pace, took him past Joyce. And the goalkeeper at full stretch, Golak! Really a player of his experience. Should have taken rather more time. He had more time, but he flashed at the ball after Baker had rather struggled. It was a good piece of play by the Ipswich player here on loan to Portsmouth, Kevin O'Callaghan. Snow flurries blowing around the ground. And here's McGarvey. Oh dear, what an opportunity wasted. But absolutely clear as the ball flicked off Goodison. Failed to make Baker make a save. Thomas, Campbell, good pace, Gilbert across, timed it to perfection. Wild. Forwards having moments at least when they're getting the better of defenders. Law's cross, leg away, Knight looking very unhappy. Law took his time. Yes, and then the Golak. Oh, and a fine save by Knight from Campbell. Suddenly there was a gap there, and Campbell hit that very hard indeed. And Knight covered to his right on his right-hand post. First save of the match, and the match is certainly improving. Struggling there, Wild, blocked on the line by Golak. Law's shot. Moving forward with O'Callaghan just behind those three on the left side. Gilbert. Joe Joyce, the skipper. For a long one. Checking where the hoarding is from that side. Comfortably out under no pressure at all by Gwyn Thomas. Now in. Butcher. Stab at it by Hardiman, which had to be very carefully watched. Quite clearly from that expression, it was just one of those things which didn't have any real intent. About a corner. Oh, and it's got in a combination of two players on the near post, Butcher and Law. And I think it will go down as an own goal. Certainly a very untidy one. Portsmouth have the lead. As we move into the last minute of the first half. Hardiman, who started all the pressure with the up and under, which got the corner. Bramber underneath it again. Callahan. Joyce, Billy Ronson, Gilberts, and it's not quite cleared the roof. The referee has the first check of the watch. Corner won by Owen. Just about the time to take it. While outside the 6-yard box, 3 inside it. Won by Bamba. Owen once more can change the angle. On by Law. Solidly there was Blake. And an untidy goal, but they all count. One goal divides the teams in Portsmouth's favour. Bamba was the Portsmouth player involved, but it seemed to me that Paul Butcher and Ian Law on the near post made a nonsense of it between the two of them. Half-time score, who actually put the ball in, is 1-0 for Portsmouth. Barnsley, very much a go-ahead club. The stand that we're looking at, specially designed for disabled people. It can hold 53 and also 12 people who are sightless and who are given sound commentary from hospital radio. So away go Barnsley, trying to repair the damage, attacking the goal to our right. Predictably, Dave Bamba is claiming the goal. And having claimed it, that will be his first for Portsmouth in the senior team. Scored for the reserves in the week. Again against Bamba. Bundled straight into Butcher. Owen. O'Callaghan pinched it well. Francis. Mugabe. Bamba is in the middle. Hilaire! He just couldn't keep it down. Really coming up very high, and he just couldn't get sufficiently over the top of the ball. Quite a nice attack on the left side. Free kick, and the challenge from Callahan was certainly not a good one. 10 minutes of the second half gone. Apart from one break by Portsmouth, it's been nearly all pressure from Barnsley, and Winston Campbell capitalises on that pressure to make it one apiece. Really finely driven shot, hardly came up off the snow. Beat the despairing right hand of Alan Knight. Reserved on the pressure, and it's got the growl of the warmer. Good chase by Owen. If he really had no chance of doing any more than that, but he's got his corner. Butcher up on the far edge of the 6-yard area. 2 attempts, but he was following it all the way through. And his 3rd goal of the current campaign. On by Bamba. Breaking against Ronson for the trip on Mugabe. Butcher. Thomas, Wild. Gilbert again, timing his movement to great effect. Portsmouth to make the substitution, and Vince Hilaire, the player replaced. In his place, Mick Tate. There's a substitute for the 2nd week running. Too strong, I think, for Owen. It was offside anyway. Ball hanging a bit. Ron Butcher. Owen. Gary Francis. Wild. Yes! And that's what the locals feel about it. It was almost a dummy take on the shot. Then the spin. And the ball going in off the right-hand post and across into the other corner. Since he came here from Sunderland in December, and the crowd's reaction in keeping with the scorer's name. He's all smiles, that's for sure. Blake and Wild underneath it. Blake jumps it the better. Bamba. Callahan. Intended to go to Francis. Intended for Golak. Hardiman. Here for offside, but it never was. Peterson. Wild. Owen has gone further down the touchline. Butcher coming across. Owen again. And blocked on the line. This thing has been taken out of the shot by Jerry Francis. And Butcher waited in vain. After some good play by Owen. Chorus of We Love You Barnsley, and the top teams all have to come here. Indeed, they play Oxford twice, they play Manchester City here, they play Birmingham here. Callahan, good footwork. Golak. Bamba. Really need his height forward. Gets it across, nobody there. Hardiman. Seems to be playing the time for a few lectures and a couple of injuries. Golak. Some pretty cold nerve endings from the home supporters. Callahan. Blake off the crossbar. Blake again. Yes! Two apiece. What they did in the first half, they've done in the second. Portsmouth goal beating the referee's whistle. And the points now surely are divided. Blake's second of the season, the ball coming back from his head off the crossbar in with his right foot. Interesting to see how much longer the referee adds on. Anyway, he's allowed 2.5 minutes for stoppage time. Campbell. Barnsley through. An offside flag. 2 goals each. It seemed that Roger Wilde had won the match for Barnsley, but Noel Blake had other ideas, scoring in the final seconds of the time that the referee had allowed for stoppages. So 2 teams who have hopes of being involved in the promotion battle have to settle for a share of the spoils on a bitterly cold, snowy afternoon.
Malcolm Poskett this afternoon accepted David Phillips' remarkable opening goal as a challenge and went on to show just who was the man of the match. Good night.
Half out by Ashurst. Phillips. Oh, tremendous goal! David Phillips yet again. Shoulder. Haig. Good play. And Poskett. 1 inch. Here's Haig. Well played by O'Riordan for Carlisle. They've got Hill and Poskett waiting in the centre, shoulder on the wing. And Hill is there, Poskett's there, and it came at him too quickly. Andy Hill. Poskett's cross, Bishop! And they're in front. Shoulder finding a good position again. There are 3 waiting in the centre. Poskett! Oh, and Hill was so close to the 3rd. And the shot from Rushbury. It's his shoulder. It's his cross. And O'Riordan's coming in. And Poskett! Yes!